Hello, hello, hello. Peace be still, everyone. This is Tosha, and you're tuning into the Supernova Tosha Show podcast. This podcast is the show that addresses all kinds of social issues and how it affects the community, our community. And thank you so much for listening in. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for having me in your homes or on your devices. So today, we're going to be discussing women presidents, women prime ministers, just women leaders. All right. We are breaking borders. And the reason why I thought about this topic today is because the fact that I was listening to some feedback from women, because, Kamala Harris ran against Trump. And she didn't win. And I realized that a lot of people didn't vote for her simply because she was a female. She was a woman. That's pretty much it. And I heard one woman saying that she does not want a woman running for president because women lead with emotions. And it was strange because this woman was a Jamaican woman. And I'm not sure if she was living in Jamaica during the time Portia Simpson was prime minister of Jamaica. She may have not been. And also there was a podcast. I didn't really listen to the podcast. I just kind of scrolled through it, and I wish I had saved it for later. But she just made me so enraged. It was a woman, and black woman, and she was just like, I don't want a woman running for president. I don't want her to tell me what to do. And let's not even get into the man folk who definitely are just like, I don't want to listen to a woman tell me what to do. Or anyway, so recently I did listen to a group of women expressing the belief that America isn't ready for a female leader because men are made to lead and women are too emotional for the serious decisions required for leadership. And I respectfully disagree. History has shown that women across the globe have held the highest positions of government and have been widely respected for their strength, their inspiring speeches, their innovative economic policies, and remarkable success during times of crisis. Let's take a moment to highlight some of these extraordinary women and their leadership achievements. So let's go ahead and get into it. So first and foremost, let's talk about Margaret Thatcher. Now, I remember I was a kid, but Margaret Thatcher, they called her the Iron Lady. She was the first female prime minister of the United Kingdom, and that was from 1979 to 1990. So she was known for her decisive, no-nonsense leadership style, which earned her the nickname the Iron Lady. She had key achievements. Number one was the economic reform. She implemented free market policies. She reduced inflation, and she privatized industries during a time of economic instability. The Falklands War, right? That successfully led Britain to victory in the Falklands conflict, demonstrating her resilience and resolve in international affairs. And her reputation was solidified as a true leader, unafraid of facing challenges head on. All right, so there we go. Let's talk about Portia Simpson Miller. She is the first female prime minister of Jamaica. She served 2 terms from 2006 to 2007, and then from 2012 to 2016. She's known for her focus on social justice and improving the lives of marginalized. She advocated for poverty alleviation and worked to attract foreign investment into the island of Jamaica. So she pushed for women's rights and gender equality in a traditional male-dominated political space. And then there is Jacinda Ardern, the Prime Minister of New Zealand from 2017 to 2023. She gained global recognition for her empathetic and effective leadership during COVID-19 pandemic. And if you recall who was then president of the United States during the COVID pandemic. That was a huge debacle. But Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern really was recognized, because that's when I heard of her. She had really, really low numbers during COVID. She implemented a swift lockdown strategy. I can't say that word, but strategy, leading to one of the lowest COVID-19 cases and death rates globally. So, round of applause for her. She focused on clear communication and transparency and prioritizing public health over political gains. Her legacy is a symbol of modern, empathetic leadership that it balances decisiveness with compassion, and she showed great resilience in addressing multiple crises, including the Christchurch mosque shootings, where her compassionate responses united the nation. And I don't know if anyone recalls, but during that time, there were two mass shootings that took place at Christchurch, New Zealand, March 15th of 2019. So it was a single right-wing terrorist. He was arrested by police after after they rammed their car into the car that he was driving to a third mosque. So he committed two mass shootings, and he was on his way to a third mosque to commit another mass shootings, and the police rammed their car into his, leading to his arrest. So he live streamed the first attack on Facebook, and Jacinda Ardern was instrumental in the healing process for New Zealand. And let's see, during the time of, whose presidency, my community especially suffered from the terrorist attack at Stoneman Douglas High School. And at the time, I worked literally 5 minutes from Stoneman Douglas, and my child attended the elementary school where the shooter was caught. He was caught like right by the park by her school, and it was horrific. God, we couldn't get our kids. We couldn't get into the building till like 6 o'clock in the evening because everything was on lockdown. When he ran past the school, everybody in the office had to take cover. So we're calling the office, trying to see what's going on. They couldn't answer. So by the time we got in to get our kids, some of the children who escaped from Stoneman Douglas, who had siblings from that school, I saw them at the elementary school picking up their siblings, and they were in complete shock and terror. Some of them, I hugged them. I remember one mom, I knew her from years ago, and she had her older son. I said, "How did you escape?" He said, "I just ran. I ran. And then I had my phone with me. I called my dad to come get me. And then he called my mom. My mom came and got me. And he just stood there just blank, like he saw a ghost." And then his younger sibling came out, and mom said, "Go ahead and hug your brother, hold each other." And it was, all you saw were people crying and just holding each other. So till date, they just, I don't know if they destroyed the building as yet where the massacre took place, because they had to keep it up because it was evidence. He's since been sentenced, and because it was part of the ongoing investigation, that building still had to stay up, which was very painful. And they're going to demolish it. I think they're supposed to do it this year, but I'm not sure if they did, because I just don't want to drive by and see it anymore. Anyway, so we're going to get into Mia Mottley. Mia Mottley is leading Barbados. She is the current, I want to say, Prime Minister of Barbados. She's the first female Prime Minister of Barbados from 2018 till present. So we're now in 2024, and she's been Prime Minister since 2018. And she was instrumental in transitioning Barbados into a republic, severing ties with the British monarchy in 2021. That's incredible to know that they were just severing ties with the British monarchy in 2021. And was a woman prime minister who did that? Yes. So some of her key achievements include fighting against climate change, especially for small island nations. And she also ensured that Barbados maintained safety and stability during COVID-19 with strong leadership and policies. And she has a legacy as a transformative leader who has positioned Barbados as a model for resilience and independence. Absolutely. Be the first female prime minister to successfully sever ties with the British monarchy. That's wonderful. Wow. So the global rise of women in leadership positions signifies a growing recognition of their ability to navigate complex political landscapes and address critical issues. Two prominent leaders, Claudia Sheinbaum of Mexico and Vjosa Osmani of Kosovo, have demonstrated exceptional qualities that make them stand out on the world stage. Both women have not only shattered glass ceilings, but also brought fresh perspective to governance. Claudia Sheinbaum, who is a scientist and a seasoned politician, is a transformative figure in Mexican politics. As the first woman elected mayor of Mexico City in 2018 to 2023, and now poised as a key figure in Mexican national politics. Sheinbaum represents a blend of intellectual rigor and pragmatic governance. Let's go ahead and review her academic excellence, shall we? Sheinbaum holds a PhD in energy engineering and has brought a data-driven approach to governance. Her scientific background has shaped her politics, particularly in addressing climate change and urban development. Her leadership has prioritized sustainable policies, including expanding public transportation and promoting renewable energy. Sheinbaum's efforts have set a precedent for environmentally conscious urban planning in Latin America. All right. So also, Sheinbaum is deeply committed to social equity. Her programs aim to reduce inequality by improving access to education, healthcare, and housing for marginalized communities during the COVID-19 pandemic. Sheinbaum has also demonstrated decisive leadership by implementing strict health measures and coordinating efficient vaccine rollouts. Her ability to navigate political pressures while focusing on public welfare has coveted her reputation as a forward-thinking leader. I don't know about anyone else, but these women proved to be not only educated, intellectual, strong, and I'm not seeing emotional. I'm definitely not seeing emotional. So let's move on to Vjosa Osmani. Okay, I said it earlier. I don't know why I can't say it, but Prime Minister Osmani, she is Kosovo's champion for justice, was elected as Kosovo's president in 2021. Now, she is a symbol of resilience and justice in a nation still grappling with the aftermath of conflict. And if you know anything about the history of Kosovo, yikes. At 39 years old, she is among the youngest heads of state globally and a powerful advocate for Kosovo's sovereignty and human rights. She is pretty young. She's not even 40 yet. She's 39 years old. So good for her. She reminds me of that's what young people, a lot of young people nowadays are just doing it big, doing big things. So kudos. I need to get an applause thing that gives applauses, like an applause machine. So let's go ahead and, yeah, they deserve it. Yeah, absolutely. So I just want to play a few videos of some of these strong lady leaders in action. I want you to look at their body language. I want you to look at their facial expression. I want you to take notes of their presence and how they address their topics with grace, with power, and with eloquence. So I'm going to just play a couple of videos and you can familiarize yourself with some of these great lady leaders and, just kind of put in the comments what you think about them. If you lived in any of these countries during the times where these presidents or prime ministers were leaders of these countries, make a comment, whether they did well, they didn't. They're not going to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's a perfect leader. We wake up every day just not even being perfect people. So obviously there's going to be issues and mistakes and things that are mishandled. But for the most part, I think these ladies held their own and they did very well and are continuing to do a very good job in such leadership. So let's go ahead and look at some of these videos and drop in the comments what you think.
Trump's election victory left many Mexicans wondering just how much of his campaign threats could turn into real policies once he takes office in January.
It's a very complicated issue. As a Mexican, I feel that he throws these threats up in the air without really understanding who we are.
Anything Trump will do will affect us. When the United States does well, it does badly for us. And if the United States does poorly, it does worse for us. We need to keep our currency strong and hope for the best.
I'm going to immediately impose.
On the campaign trail, Trump repeatedly promised punishing tariffs, massive migrant deportations, and even the far-fetched but alarming suggestion that he would send U.S. soldiers to fight drug cartels into Mexico's territory. And the threats alone can have real economic consequences. The Mexican peso fell against the dollar on Wednesday, which prompted the recently elected President Claudia Sheinbaum to try to reassure the country.
To all Mexicans, there is no reason for concern. To our fellow citizens, their families here, Mexican businesswomen and businessmen, there's absolutely no reason to worry. Mexico always moves forward. We are a free, independent, and sovereign country, and there will be a good relationship with the United States.
Dear friends at the American Jewish Committee, it is my great honor to speak with you today on the American Jewish Committee's Virtual Global Forum 2021. 3 months ago, history was made when Kosovo was recognized by Israel. Diplomatic relations were established between our countries. But the relations between Israel and Kosovo didn't start just 3 months ago. Firstly, historical ties were embodied by the Kosovo Albanians while saving the life of Jewish neighbors during World War II, when its people gave their Besa, the Albanian code of honor, for an uncompromised protection and rescue of every single Jew that entered its territory, even to the point of forfeiting their own lives. Secondly, during the Kosovo War in the late 90s, Israel sent a field hospital and a medical team to Kosovo, treating hundreds of patients and saving lives. Additionally, Israel absorbed 100 refugees, demonstrating outstanding humanitarian example. At the same time, the American Jewish Committee, having long-standing ties with Kosovo, launched a national fundraising effort to assist Kosovar refugees during the war of 1998-1999. This campaign provided support, which was allocated for a school reconstruction project. We are very grateful for that, and we will not forget this long-standing friendship. In 2008, Kosovo declared its independence, becoming one of the world's youngest democracies. As a democracy, we share values such as inclusivity, promoting pluralism, freedom of speech, and fighting extremism. We have long respected the small Jewish community living in Kosovo, giving them equal rights.
I just want to say we can go through today, and I'm appealing no intimidation of anyone. People must be allowed to exercise their franchise.
Mr. Miller, if you lose this election, will you step down as PNP president?
If I lose, what kind of question are you asking me? If I lose, do I look like a loser? tonight, when I am declared, you will smile.
Yes, and that is the last person that you saw. That is Jamaica's former Prime Minister, Portia Simpson Miller. Yeah, I didn't live in Jamaica at the time when she was a prime minister. However, I heard that she was a firecracker. And just going back and looking at there were some video compilations of her, and the way that she speaks, the way that she just delivers, she was no nonsense. She did not play around. She did not mince words. She was unapologetic. And she is still alive, I believe. I think she lives somewhere in the United States. I'm not sure, but she's no longer doing anything with politics. But during her heyday, you saw what she was. She's like, "Do I look like a loser tonight when I am declared?" So she declared herself the winner. So, wow. These women leaders, props to you. These women leaders, these presidents and prime ministers, they demonstrated that female leadership brings unique strengths and governance. And I call it soft power. It's like a feminine power. It's a soft power, but it's power, right? And it's a different, unique flair and strength, right? Women leaders often excel in fostering collaborations and addressing social challenges with empathy. And that's one of the things that I feel that women presidents and vice presidents bring to the table, so to speak. Do I think United States is ready for a woman president? To me, it depends on the woman. I'm not going to say, let's just elect a woman because she's a woman. It just depends on, what her background, like I would vote for any one of these. Sheinbaum, she's a PhD in energy engineering, so she's gonna bring that energy renewal campaign. The scientists, like any brilliant, educated political person who has the experience, does not have a felony background, hasn't committed any felonies. Let's go ahead and give them an opportunity. If we can give felonies an opportunity. I mean, you can't vote if you have a felony in the United States, but you can run for president and you can win. So let's check that. Anywho, countries like New Zealand under Jacinda Ardern and Germany under Chancellor Angela Merkel. Angela Merkel, she was also the Chancellor of Germany. They have shown that women leaders can effectively navigate crisis and strengthen international relations. A female leader in the United States could similarly demonstrate a balanced approach to leadership, combining strength with compassion. Absolutely. I completely agree with that. So, it was disturbing to me to see, and women do it all the time. For whatever reason, you don't like someone, you put the person down. I am all up for female empowerment, and I'm not perfect. I mean, there's times I've said disparaging things about women too, because I just was like in the moment, or a particular woman, because I was in that moment, I was in the zone and being led by my emotions at that time. But that's the way I felt at the time. And then sometimes I'll go and I'll even backtrack. Like, so I'll leave something on social media and someone will make a response. And I'm like, did I really say that? Like, did I really type this? I guess this is how I felt at the time. But now, I don't feel this way about this person, or at this moment, this is not how I feel. So I'm getting better at that. I'm a work in progress. Nobody's perfect. Although we strive for perfection, actually, my goal is just to walk closer to God and just let Him order my steps and just follow His commandment. So with that being said, not to be judgmental. And if I see certain things, just call it out, but in a good way of a good critique, good positive feedback, so that person can grow and get better. And also that while I'm growing and getting better. So I say that to say this: we should celebrate and continue to celebrate and continue to support women that are in a leadership position, women that are running as presidents, vice president, any governance, anything to do with that, recognizing that their contributions are it's integral to building a more equitable and a more prosperous world. Right? If you agree, go ahead and hit that like button and share and leave a comment, and have discussions about it, and go ahead and leave me a comment. If you engage with me, I'll engage with you. Sometimes it's not right away, but most definitely I will. And just want to say to my loyal family, the Supernova Tosha Show podcast can be heard on these apps such as Spotify, Pandora, TuneIn, and also iHeartRadio. The goal for me, my personal goal, is to be on the top 10 best podcasts to listen to list. So please, if you can share this, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and spread the word. If you can share it to your social media, to your Facebook page, to your IG, whatever social media platform you're on, spread the word. That's how you help and that's how you support. I am ever so grateful for your time. I do thank you so much for being attentive. I absolutely appreciate your presence, every single one of you. Be careful, be safe, walk good, and peace be still.